Hi there, welcome back to my channel. My name's Hannah and today we are doing my July recap video of all of the media that I watched or read in the month of July, except it is the end of August. So expect another one of these in 2 weeks because I need to catch up on these because I actually watched a lot of movies in the month of July. It was my birthday month and I kind of just got back into the swing of things of watching things and catching up on all of the summer horror that I was interested in. So we have a lot of movies to discuss and I'm super excited. And then next month in September, I will give you my August recap and there will also be a lot of movies there because I've been watching a lot of movies and I have some books behind me, but these are books that you'll see in the next recap video because these are my August books. I only read one book in July, unfortunately, which is a little crazy. I've been trying to read more, but I think I just leaned more into movies than I did books, which is fine. It's fine. But if you don't know me, my name is Hannah. I love gaming. I love horror so much. I also love physical media, so I love collecting DVDs. I love just keeping media physical and being able to own it and not letting streaming services dictate what I can or can't watch. I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it. I just want to be able to watch whatever I want when I want to. So if you also love horror and you also love movies and you also love gaming, you will be quite welcome here. It's nice to have you. I'm super excited to jump into the video and celebrate the month of July, my birth month, the best month of the entire year. I'm a little biased, but it's okay. Yeah, let's get into it. Grab your drink. I have water and let's get comfy cozy. It's a little bit late at night. We will just start with the one book that I read in July, which was Just for the Summer, and it is by Abby Jimenez, and it is the cutest little romance novel, and I don't have a physical copy of it. I'll insert a picture of it here, and you should totally go check it out if you're in the mood for a little summer romance. It's super cute. I like romance that doesn't have a lot of spice in it. I like romance that is just cute. It has its little resolution at the end. This one I thought was really interesting because the characters are just a little bit more dimensional. They have a lot of backstory and they also have a lot of trauma, which makes them just feel a little bit more real. Like sometimes in romance books specifically, the characters are just a little too predictable. These characters were not very predictable, but in the best way. I really loved them. I loved the end. I thought the epilogue end chapter was really good just because it kind of did what it needed to do. I kind of predicted what would happen, but it happened in a way where it felt very necessary. It just felt like it wrapped up perfectly. I don't want to spoil too much in case you are interested in reading it. I'm a sucker for romance. Any kind of rom-com movie, any romantic like coming of age TV show, I'm all for it. So I do read a lot of romance. I'm a sucker. It's just so cute. I can't help it. I'm sorry. I love horror and I love rom-coms. What do you freaking want from me? But this one was really good. If you have any rom-com suggestions or if you have any romance book suggestions, let me know and we can totally chat about it. One of my favorite genres to read. So I'm also really looking forward to a bunch of fall romance books. I'm just kind of hunting for the right ones. I don't want to waste my time. Autumn is such a short season and I don't want to waste my time reading sucky books. I don't mind watching sucky movies, but sucky books, they're just dreadful. We did watch quite a bit of movies in the month of July, but that's mostly because it was my birthday, so I got to kind of do whatever I want. On July 5th, I watched Inside Out 2. It had just come out. Inside Out 2, you know, it just isn't as good as the first one. I thought the first Inside Out was just really good. If you didn't cry when the Bing Bong scene happened, I don't think you're a human. I think you're a lizard because, oh my god, that scene is devastating. And there was not one mention of Bing Bong in Inside Out 2. So what the heck? Justice for Bing Bong? That's ridiculous. I wish that Inside Out 2 leaned more into the emotions of other characters because there were so many instances where I was like, this scene would have been so much better if they had cut to her friends' emotions inside their head, you know? but they kind of just kept it to the one main character, Riley. So Riley is going to a little hockey camp and she finds out her friends are leaving and not going to the same high school as her. So she's feeling a little bit betrayed and a little bit lonely. So she's trying to make new friends, but she's also trying to keep her old friends, but she's not doing a very good job of it. It's very teen girl drama, and I get it. I've been there, but I also wish that the whole point is that the emotions in our heads do different things. I just feel like it could have been developed a little bit more. It was still pretty good, but it just wasn't as good as the first one, and I'm a little disappointed by that. I'm not loving the lighting today. I'm just in one of those, it's just one of those days, you know? It's just one of those days where I'm feeling a little funky. See, that looks funny. All right, we did a little angle change. I rated Inside Out 3.5 stars, and then my Letterboxd review, I wrote, starting my embarrassment x sadness fanfic, because those were the real MVPs of the movie, so really loved them. On the 11th of July, I watched Jaws for the first time. I can't believe I've never seen this summer classic. This, what are they called? What are they called? The summer, what are the movies called when they come out in the summer? Oh, a summer blockbuster. Like the first summer blockbuster? No, is that what they're called? I don't remember. But I had never seen Jaws before. And man, they really did need a bigger boat. It was still really good though. I don't know. There are just so many iconic lines that I know from pop culture. The fact that they come from this movie and I didn't know, I didn't know actually what happens in the movie. I don't know. I feel like it's a must watch, especially for the summer. I'm not a huge creature feature person. Like, I don't love the idea of like just a creature killing people in horror. I mean, like, it's fine. I mean, it's bloody, whatever, but it just doesn't do it for me, kind of like a slasher does. So I did like it. I think the shark just wanted friends and no one was listening and no one was open to being friends with the shark. They all just wanted to kill the shark. Maybe if they had asked the shark nicely to leave, he would have left. I don't know, I'm just saying. I rated that 4 stars. I gave Jaws 4 stars. I think that's pretty good. It's just, I think I didn't rate it higher just because I don't love creature features. I don't have anything against sharks. I think sharks are pretty cool actually, but just for horror film or like film reasons, I'm just like, I've never seen any of the Meg movies. I've never seen what other creature features are there. Oh, the 47 meters down. I've never seen that. There are just so many in that genre. And I think if I saw more, I would probably put Jaws way above any of those because they just had it down. I've also never seen the sequel to Jaws, so maybe I'll watch that before summer's over and kind of give it another chance, give the series another chance. I don't think Jaws 2 is as good. I did, however, really love the cinematography in Jaws. Some of the ways that they moved the camera I thought were really cool. That in itself definitely shows that it was just a really well-made movie, especially for the time. I mean, like, they were really doing something. Spielberg, he does something. He's cooking. He cooks. That was also, I'm gonna point it out, that was a Discord movie night movie. In my Discord, we do bi-weekly movie nights. Anyone can join movies, and we watched Jaws that week for Shark Week because every year I celebrate Shark Week with Twitch streams. We play Sea of Thieves and then we watch some kind of shark related movie, and we watched Jaws this year and it was honestly so much fun. There was a drinking game. Maybe that's why I rated it so low, because that drinking game was crazy. But we also watched the following week on the 19th. We watched Lilo and Stitch in Discord because my birthday is on the 24th of July, so it was my birthday movie night where I got to pick whatever movie I wanted to, and I picked Lilo and Stitch because I think it's the perfect summer movie. It's honestly one of Disney's best original animated movies. I think Lilo and Stitch is so good. There is very little lull in the movie where it's constantly keeping you engaged in some way, whether it's with emotion, backstory, or just the music and the soundtrack is just so good. Lilo and Stitch is easily a 5 out of 5. It's just iconic. I don't want to talk about the live action. The only thing I want to talk about is that one Lilo and Stitch sandwich making game where the guy is running. He's got his plate and the sandwich meat and all the stuff is just dropping from the air and you're trying to catch it. That's the only other piece of Lilo and Stitch content that I'm willing to talk about. Honestly though, I think the TV show wasn't even that bad. I don't want to talk about the live action though. We'll talk about that when the time comes. Today is not that day. No, Lilo and Stitch is amazing. If you haven't seen it, what are you doing? Because it's just so good. It's just so good. It's iconic. Stitch is adorable and super funny, and honestly, everyone in that movie has just an amazing character, and I love it so much. And it's aliens. It's so fun. It's so fun. Okay, the next day on the 20th, I watched Attack of the Clones, so Star Wars Episode 2. I love the prequels so much. The prequels are my favorite movies of the Star Wars series, obviously. And I watched it because my friend came to visit for my birthday and we had restarted watching the entire Star Wars series. So on May the 4th, we watched The Phantom Menace in theaters for its anniversary. And then so now we're up to Attack of the Clones. Great movie. Padme's iconic fit is in this one, so we love that. I am super excited for Revenge of the Sith. You have no idea. I don't know when we're gonna watch it because we have to wait for my friend to come and visit again, but when we do, you guys, oh, it's gonna be so good. I'm so excited. I haven't seen that in so long. I haven't seen it in forever, and I'm just so excited. That is such a good Star Wars film, and honestly one of the best prequels, and just peak lightsaber battles. I can't say enough about it. You already know. If you haven't seen it, I'm a Star Wars fan. I've never seen Star Trek. I would be open to it, but I'm definitely a Star Wars fan. On the 24th, for my birthday, the movie that I watched on my birthday, I rewatched Labyrinth. Labyrinth is one of my favorite movies. I think I've even posted in the community tab over here that I got 2 hard copies of Labyrinth. I have a DVD and a VHS tape, even though I don't even have a VHS player. I love Labyrinth so much. I love David Bowie. I love the Labyrinth soundtrack. I love Jim Henson. All of these things combined just make the most perfect whimsical experience ever, and it just reminds me of being all cozy in bed and it being just late summer night, and it's raining and it's perfect. And God, I just love Labyrinth so much. I was between Labyrinth and Lilo and Stitch to watch in Discord for my birthday, but then I ended up watching Lilo and Stitch because it just fits a little bit better for the vibe of Discord. And we were drinking. I watched Labyrinth with my family and it was just such a great experience. I could rewatch that movie probably every day and not get sick of it because it's just so good. I just love the vibe. I love the vibe. I love the characters. I love the puppets. I think puppets are cool. So obviously 5 out of 5 stars. David Bowie, 5 out of 5 stars. Soundtrack, 5 out of 5 stars. Everything about it. On the, oh my God, was this the day after? Okay. On the 25th of July, we watched Fear Street 1978, also in Discord because it was our Summerween week. So on stream, I was playing some summer horror games. We played The Quarry, and to kind of put the cherry on top, we watched the second Fear Street movie. It's a Netflix original and there are 3 of them at the moment. They're all kind of taking place in different years and they connect together and it's so good. Sadie Sink is in this one. She's phenomenal in it. I love her as a horror icon actress and I need to see her in more horror because she just has such a good vibe to her, and this one is set in a summer camp, and chef's kiss, she just does an immaculate job at it. I remember starting this last Halloween and I didn't get the chance to finish it. So glad that I got to watch it with my community in Discord because they're amazing. First of all, love you guys. And also it's just a fun experience to share with friends. It is definitely a little spooky. I was on the edge of my seat, but I love summer camp slashers. I love movies like Sleepaway Camp, Friday the 13th. I know Halloween isn't a summer camp slasher, but it's a slasher. I love just feeling that like summer breeze and then having a little old slasher movie. And even though this was a recent movie, I guess, it does take place in the 70s. So I think it's just perfect. I love that era. So I think it's a great time. The Fear Street movies are really, really great. And I believe they're making a new one. I think they're making a prom one. So I'm really excited for that because we need more horror movies like that. I need new, fresh horror in my life. I feel like I'm not really getting enough. I like slasher horror too. And I like it when it kind of appeals to teens. There's just something so unique and special about a couple years ago when I was in high school. There were tons of teen horror coming out. Scream Queens was very popular. I know that American Horror Story was really appealing, I think, to a younger audience. Now I don't know really who American Horror Story's target audience is because it's not me. It's not me. I think American Horror Story stories, the series, is probably pretty good and that's appealing to a wider audience, but I don't know who's still watching the actual series. I don't even know if they're still doing it. I do, even though I say here I am, I'm like, oh, I don't know who American Horror Story is actually appealing to. I do want to watch the summer camp season where it takes place in the 80s. I do believe I started it and watched a couple episodes, but I don't really know where it went. I would totally love to rewatch that just because it's kind of giving me the vibes that I love in the summer. So we watched that on the 25th in Discord. And then on the 27th, we watched Longlegs in theaters. Longlegs had just come out. And honestly, I'm a little disappointed by it. I really didn't think it was scary. I know a lot of other people I talked to also didn't really think it was that scary. I just feel like it could have done a little bit more. The twist at the end was pretty interesting. I don't think I saw that coming. But yeah, I don't know. It was honestly a little bit more comical than anything. Nicolas Cage, he's great. I love him. But there's just something about the way that character acts that is just hilarious. I've seen so many memes about it on TikTok and I just don't think I can take it seriously. I don't know. I don't even know. It's definitely worth the watch because I like, you know, whatever horror is coming out. I like to, you know, keep up to date with it. So I'm not regretting having seen it, but at the same time, it just wasn't worth all the hype of everyone saying like it's the scariest thing ever and like people coming out of the theater and being like traumatized. I've seen way scarier things. I'm sorry. Like it was put together so like you kind of saw them put things together in the movie, and like although the twist was definitely a twist, it just all lines up so almost too well. I don't know if that makes sense. Did you see Longlegs? Let me know in the comments below what your opinions are, and if you haven't seen it, you should go watch it and form your own opinion and then let me know after you watch it what you thought of it. If you like horror, of course. I definitely think it's a bit of a psychological kind of horror. It's not, there's like really very few jump scares. I think I might have gotten actually jump scared once. Other than that, it was kind of creepy. There were like a couple creepy parts, but just overall, I think I was laughing a little bit, but I also laughed at Hereditary. I don't know. I think everyone has their own experience with horror, and that is very unique to each person because obviously everyone's scared of different things. I'm scared of spiders and zombies, so that's gonna be scarier for me. And some people might be scared of clowns or might be scared of, I don't even know, dolls. So people have different experiences with horror. For me, Longlegs just did not tap into my subconscious and what I'm personally scared of, which is fine. Hey, I'm kind of glad Nicolas Cage isn't tapping into my subconscious and handing me a platter of horror. I'm okay with watching from the sidelines. You know, it's fine. Oh, we're down to the last two. Oh my gosh, okay. On the 31st, so my cat was getting kind of sick and I was getting a little sad. If you don't know, my cat recently passed away and I miss him a lot, but when he was sick towards the end of his life, spending a lot of time just kind of hanging around because it was just hard to do adult stuff. So I did watch a few movies down in my living room, which I don't normally do. I usually just hang out in my bedroom, but I was spending more time downstairs with him and I watched I Know What You Did Last Summer, which was my first time ever watching it. And like I said, I've been trying to kind of feed that summer horror vibe, that summerween vibe that I just so desperately crave in the summer because I'm just so excited for the fall, but I don't want to rush into the season because I do love summer and I want summer to last longer. So I try to kind of feed that need with summerween or summer horror movies. So I did watch I Know What You Did Last Summer. I liked it. You know, I mean, I love the cast. The cast is so good and that's cool, but also, oh God, some of these characters are insufferable. Maybe that's the point. Who am I to say? But sometimes I'm just like, why are you doing that? What's wrong with you? Why are you doing that? Why are you saying that? Why did this even happen in the first place? Like, this could have been avoided. That's the whole reason why there's a horror movie there, of course. Like, we wouldn't have a film without it, but my God, they're making poor decisions. I can't do anything to stop them. I haven't seen the sequel. I heard the sequel is worse. I was gonna watch it, and then I was like, you know what? That one might actually be a waste of my time. So I didn't watch the sequel yet. Maybe I will. This just wasn't that good. It definitely scratched my little summer horror itch, but it just isn't, it's not as good as any other horror I watched. I think Longlegs is probably better than that, which is fine. It's like, it's different. It's like different vibes, different genres and stuff, even though they're both horror. I don't know, man. Give me better horror summer recommendations. I need something different. I need something that's actually kind of spooky. So I watched that. That was all right. And then to end off the month, I got to watch the final movie in the Fear Street trilogy, Fear Street 1666. And this is just the perfect way to cap off a trilogy. I really loved the Fear Street series. I thought each one was shocking, and the kills were honestly very creative and very unique, and I didn't go into the series expecting anything, and I came out very rewarded from that. The last one, I think, hands down, might be my favorite one because it just flipped the script on what I expected the horror trilogy to even be about. I loved the twist. I loved the characters. I love the tropes and how they took stereotypes from horror and kind of flipped them on their sides and gave us a fresh look at final girls and romance and horror, because you think of romance and horror and you think like, oh, if they're gonna sleep together, they're gonna die, or if, you know, one of them is gonna die if they're in love, and all of these different things that happen because of our relationship with horror and love and sexuality and whatnot. Not to get too in depth with it, but I just think it just handed a fresh take on horror, and that's why I'm so excited for more Fear Street and hopefully more movies that get inspired by this, because I thought they were really good. I loved the end. I loved all three of them, honestly. Definitely the second and third one, which is funny because the first Fear Street movie is the first one. So most people always like the first movie in like a trilogy, but I really liked the second and third. I thought they were really unique and I loved the vibes. Maybe it's because they're kind of like a period piece, like, you know, the last one took place in 1666, but it kind of goes back to the present day where the first movie is taking place. I just really loved it. Sadie Sink is also partially in this one. Again, the cast is really good. I just love that they're taking our classic horror tropes, incorporating them and then giving them new life, and I just can't wait to see what else the horror genre has to offer, especially for young viewers and hopefully more new horror fans. That's what I want. That's what I would really love. But thank you so much for watching. I'm super excited to share more movies in the future with you guys and give you movie recommendations and just talk about movies that I would love to watch in the future. If you have any suggestions for me, anything that you watched in the month of July, even though it was literally an entire month ago, please sound it off in the comments below, because I would love to add some movies to my watch list on Letterboxd. And if you want to check out my Letterboxd, I'll put it in the description if any of you are movie fans. I know this is a little bit different than my normal gaming content, but this channel is really just all about the things that I love, and I want you guys to get to know me. I want to get to know you. I think movies and gaming are very similar, and a lot of games are honestly so cinematic that it's like you're watching a movie, and I think there's something to learn from both if you like one of them and don't really know much about the other. I think they're all worth it to kind of compare and contrast in different ways. Give me your horror movie recommendations, especially if it's summer horror. Please give me more of that before summer is over. I'll also be doing my August recap in a couple weeks, so I'll talk about all the movies that I watched this month currently. August isn't over yet, so hopefully I got a couple more in me, but I did watch a couple good movies in August, so hopefully you'll stay tuned for that. That'll be out in a few weeks. And I'm trying to post twice a week if I can. I'm just so busy. If you want to check out my gaming channel, I'll also link that below. I hope to have some fun gaming videos out in the next month or so too. I've just been busy. I've been I've been living life and trying to get back into my Twitch streams, my regular Twitch streams. What have you been up to in the month of July? Let me know. Did you do anything fun? I'll see you in the next one. I hope you have an amazing, wonderful, spectacular day or night whenever you're watching this video. I don't know, like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye!